So I believe right now they've already have the blueprint. Mara, the problem is like finding the right people. That's why they can hire and fire Mara. And I feel like the blueprint of how they want to move and how they're moving forward, they already know. That's why this strategic plan. Yeah, bro. I think who's this guy? The guy who left, Floyd. They didn't just leave the EFF. I feel like he was approached. They sold him a dream. They made him see what they are trying to do, and then he said, "Okay, now this is a wise decision for me."
But on the issue of Floyd, if it is to go by whatever the noise that we've been getting as to what could be the reason that he left, why did he leave the EFF? There's a lot that is left to be desired there because you check, there are some who are saying, actually, this guy, Julius Malema, he was busy on the side negotiating with Ramaphosa to become the deputy president of the country. And then on the other hand, while the party publicly, they were saying they are pushing for Floyd Shivambu to be made Minister of Finance.
Yes. In public,
and then again, there's another logic that comes back and say there were some members of the party that were saying the EFF needs to join the GNU, fight from within instead of fighting from outside, which it also does make sense, some kind of sense, because now you look at what those parties are doing, they're going to implement their own ideas and ideologies, and they're going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 things.
And then you're just going to be in parliament just making noise. You can't make
so some people were saying maybe that's the reason Floyd left. And still it could be that he was approached because they saw his capability. And with the MK being a new party in the bloc, they were like, we need to establish certain things policy-wise, because that's what he was brought in from the roles that I saw. He is responsible for most of the policies that are going to be implemented within the party, the structures that need to come up. And they say he's almost the second most powerful member in the MK party.
Floyd.
From Jacob Zuma.
So now you see, if Floyd had just decided to leave EFF and go to the MK, I don't think they would have the same trust to give him that. Why did you just leave? You just leave, you come to us. Why should we trust you? But unless I come to you and I give you an offer you cannot refuse.
Sure. So you're saying he was offered something he can't refuse?
Yeah, bro. Like politically so. Like we are standing on the same principles.
Sure.
And I understand because I think I saw Zuma speaking after Floyd made a statement. He was like, I knew this guy while he was still at the ANC. He was still smart. So now, he's backing him. He's backing Floyd.
So you're saying that kind of makes sense why you're saying he could have just poached Floyd from the EFF.
Yeah, just like, yo, you know what, guy? You know what? I know you as a politician. I've seen you, and I know the principles you stand for.
Okay, cool. Let's come back to the migration that I was talking about. This guy.
Oh yeah,
jumped ship.
ANC.
Then there's Brian
Molefe.
He left, and then there's that guy who was at Prasa as well.
Yeah.
So if you check, those people are some of the people who were very trusted in the ANC. They were given portfolios in the state-owned enterprises, Prasa, Transnet, Eskom. And if you check who was president by that time, it was Jacob Zuma. How is it that these people are being, how is it not that these people are being rewarded for the loyalty that they have shown to the guy at the time they were in power, and also for covering some of the things that might have happened there? It's a possibility.
Yeah, but like right now, I'm just looking at it as the ANC before... who's this guy? Nelson Mandela became president. The ANC was already divided because ANC was already having secret meetings. So already by its inception, when we had the first South African president, when we had Nelson Mandela, ANC was already divided in the inside. There was the radicals, and then there was the people that was just like, let us relax, guys. We have been fighting for too long. I just let them be. Yeah, let's just relax, bro. We'll see how we sort each other out. But no fighting, guys. There's no sense in fighting. And then there were people who were like, no, Gaiva, they took our stuff. Now we're broke. We have to struggle. Look at where they're staying. Look at where we're staying. You understand? So in that sense, his mentality of taking back or maybe of giving back, because he wants his gun to get back what's his, you know. So like it's a mentality of like, okay, there were things that were taken from us, and then they were not taken by smiles. They were taken through guns and fights and all these things, you know. And like before we get those things back, there won't be peace in the black man, because we will still always look up to the people who taken these things from us, who will be poor, starving, and all that stuff. And then I feel like, you know, until that was settled in a sense of compensating the what you call the natives of the country, until that is settled in them, even for generations to come, the black child will still have a problem that nothing has been given to us. So that's why parties like this will always be there, just to say, hey guys, a reminder. You guys came here and you took things from us, and we don't have anything. We're hungry, we're starving. You guys are living a nice life.
But bro, you know, there's still something, bro. You know, it's not like I have anything against the MK party.
I don't even know the details.
It's just you know, a question as to the time Zuma was president of the country. The ANC had an outright majority in parliament. And some of these things that we're being promised now by the MK, I feel like that was the right time to implement them. At some point, we had the EFF calling for taking the land, expropriating the land without compensation. But then still, there was really never a time where I remember an ANC of Jacob Zuma pushing to side with the EFF into expropriating the land.
You know, maybe, you know, like the way of expropriating the land without compensation might not be the right way to go about it. It might be, and this is just a thought and idea that it could be a right idea and it could be a right mindset, because at the end we just want to be paid. You know, we want to equal the playing field.
No, I get that.
I just feel like, you know, maybe it couldn't just happen by in a minimum of 5 years, but maybe. But what he was doing was, because in Jacob Zuma's time, a lot of black people became rich. So
I get that. I get that part.
So he wasn't maybe saying, I'm going to give you land. He just said, I'm going to maybe level the playing field by making sure you guys are having money to buy the education that these white people are buying.
I get that, bro. I get that. But then what I'm failing to understand is ANC had an outright majority. Jacob Zuma was the president. He was responsible for the cabinet. Everyone who was in cabinet was put there by the men.
How many times did he change the cabinet?
Yes,
because that's the thing.
That one I get it.
No. Because the thing is, the party was already divided. Even when he tried to put faith on people who were gonna implement his strategies, they kept on disappointing him. So like, so that's how he changed it like 20 times in his presidency.
But still,
so I think that was the main point.
But still, are we not being sold a fake dream now? Or maybe is Jacob Zuma saying, I admit I was wrong to not have given you guys what you wanted, for not having have expropriated the land without compensation when we in the ANC had an outright majority.
It's like right now, for instance, let's just say EFF was the leading party, right? And then there were squabbles between Floyd and Julius. Now what was going to happen was, when one gets out there, and then during the time we might not have seen that, there are squabbles in AFF, and then us who are standing for Julius want these things, and he's not giving us these things. We might end up saying, Julius, why aren't you doing this? You promised this. Mari Utologuti, the powers within don't allow him to be able to implement these things. And then Julius thinks, okay, I'm having a problem in doing this for my people. Why don't I find a way to balance things? So like because in a sense of, I heard someone who was working for the government the person was like, I'm gonna vote for the MK because during Zuma's time we ate.
Yeah.
So
in what way?
They got money, they got bonuses, and then apparently I don't know what was up with their SAS. Right now, I think government people, like these 3-pot systems, all these things, people are getting screwed. But in Zuma's time, these things weren't there. So now they're looking at Ramaphosa and they're looking at Zuma. They're saying, during Zuma we had a better life than right now. You understand? So, in a sense of, maybe us who were not working for the government, we cannot see the difference. But people who are working for the government, they see the difference now. There's a 3-pot system. People are not going to get the retirement funds as they're supposed to be.
Do you see that 2-pot thing as a good thing for the workers or as a good thing for the taxman? It's an advantage to the taxman.
It's for every South African, even on minimum wage. They're raping us. Yeah, we're being raped. Everyone who's working, bro, because like what benefit every person, a 6-year-old, when they retire, most of them, they build their dream houses, they buy their dream cars, and then they're able to maintain their families, start a business, buy cars to maintain their lives wherever. So now the government wants to decide to you how much to spend, when to spend it, when you had worked all your life, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Now the government is going to treat you like a child. No, your money is not yours. We'll help you.
No, the 2-pot system is like this, bro. You're not gonna be. They're not gonna.
You're getting paid in dividends.
You're not gonna get those dividends
and
after
get
retiring.
Monthly payments and stuff like that.
You're not gonna get those dividends after retiring.
Yeah, what are you going?
You're gonna get those dividends while you are working. So you working for the government or working for a certain company, that is assuring you tax money. What is gonna be happening is that from your pension fund. Let's say you are in your 30s, you've been working for 5 years. Already you've accumulated a certain percentage into your pension fund. So what they're saying is, instead of waiting until you are 60 for you to access that money, every year we're gonna give you an access of like 30% or 30,000 but looking at your bracket, your pay bracket.
Yeah, sure.
So what they're saying is, I think they're saying the maximum is going to be like 30,000. You're going to be allowed to withdraw 30,000 a year.
From your UIF,
Yeah. But then the thing is, the sad part about it is, what are you going to be doing with that 30,000?
And the thing is, apparently, like, if you don't take it, they take it back or something like that.
There's only one open window. You can't come and say, because last year I didn't take, I'm going to take twice.
And then it's gone.
Yes.
And then it's gone.
Yes.
So, like, you're forced to take this money.
And also, every payout you make is taxed.
Yeah.
And they tax it based on your salary.
Plus, even that one also is being taxed too.
Yeah. I mean, like, if your pay bracket, if you're getting like 30,000, you're gonna be taxed like a 30,000 person who's earning 30,000. But if you earn 40,000, when the taxman is coming for that money, that is your income. The tax is still the same.
Yeah, fuck.
So they're fucking up the people.
They're just fucking up the people. Yes. That's what I'm saying. You know, when we look at what Ramaphosa brought to the country and what Zuma brought to the country. Sure. Yo, bro. Like the major problem for us when it was Zuma's time, let's be honest, we were just crying about Nkandla.
You know, on the issue of Nkandla Vele, it's politics are a mind game.
And for real, I am mind game. So like the whole country was duped, and you know, like even if we're being tribalist, we know that if maybe there's a king or there's a chief, you know, he can get whatever he wants in our land. So now we have a president who almost like a king, and he can't even build himself a palace.
And
we have a problem with that.
And also I think it goes back to that tweet that I always talk about, where somebody said whenever there's like a huge anomaly of news on the media, whenever there's like a huge amount of noise, you need to look at what is it that they're trying to distract you from. Steinhoff was happening around then. During the Bunkanda years and everything, but it was kind of like ignored. Steinhoff is this guy who committed fraud in his company. I think they were like an investment company of some sort. And they charged money and a whole lot of stuff happened. And nobody saw it until it was late. And now the guy killed himself, the other guy, they said he passed away, those kind of things. So they were trying to distract us from that, but then we didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
And that was white monopoly capital on its own.
So, so the white monopolies are being protected, and then the black ones, even if it's just little money. You see, this one just reminds me of what we were talking about that guy who was a thief, and then he got beaten up, and this guy was the first now months down the line, he's the same one who stole, so like,
I don't know, bro. You still got anything?
No, not really, but like, I just wanted to know, bro, like, okay, like, what should we expect apart from apart from them fixing home affairs and stuff like that, bro? Like, what should we expect from the GNU? Like, because all I'm seeing is the security is tight. Maybe the police are everywhere right now, chopping down everything, matter, like, okay.
From the GNU, it's exactly what I told you, bro. It's a campaigning trail for these parties. Every party is campaigning for the next election. Every party that's in the GNU is trying to stand out and show the people, this is what we can do. This is what we are capable of doing. And you see what we have done by the time we were at Home Affairs. This is what we did. By the time we were in the police, this is what we did. By the time we were in agriculture, this is what we did.
And so we can do that in more.
Yeah, you give us more vote. We're going to do this almost on a large scale. Then what do? You vote for them. So I think the GNU right now, it serves purpose more for the smaller parties that are there, that are having constituents in almost every portfolio.
We're getting
and
to,
it's kind of fucking up
visible.
now your EFF who are just outside watching what is happening, because as much as we say it's not a party for position, they're not obsessed with positions. At some point, you need to play the game.
No, but that's the problem, though.
You need to play the game
I feel like that's running away from responsibilities, because right now you want to be that person that says, "Hey, you are doing wrong. You are doing wrong." Okay, I'm doing wrong, brother. Come in and take the role. Let us see how it's done. I know. I want someone to do it. No, nigga. You're not supposed to do that.
There was a time where maybe we thought this whole thing, the EFF and the MK party being in the opposition, was gonna work. But then now it's kind of backfiring, because all these other guys, what they're doing is they're trying to expose the bed of the ANC. It's like, now I'm not a good person, but the person who was here before me was a terrible person. And what I do is I just expose that person. I just dish out their things, to the public. And then the people are going to look at me and say, this guy is a savior. He saved us.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas there are other things that I've done, but now because no one is dishing them out, then I'm cool. I don't know, bro. You still got more?
Nah, bro. I guess, man. I guess we just need to tell them, man, to leave their likes there, man. Their subscription, very fundamental and important,
Man. And also tell us, what do they think of what is happening in the progressive caucus?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Floyd leaving the EFF. Does it benefit
comments.
the progressive caucus, or does it make it even worse? Don't tell us in the comment section.
Yeah, leave everything in the comment section, bro. Yeah.
The black sheep.
Yeah.
We out of here.
Peace.
You know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.